everyone. Welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at Ender's Game, Chapter 10, Veni, Vidi, Vinci, which I guess is what Caesar said. I came, I saw, I won. I had to look that up because I had no idea what it meant. But in this chapter, it starts with Graf and Anderson, Captain Anderson, General Major Anderson, talking about Ender and how they're gonna be changing things. And it's really funny because usually Graf is in a position and people are questioning Graf's choices. But in this case, Anderson has got this battle simulation ready, and Graf is questioning Anderson, saying, "Man, is this too much?" And Anderson says, I think you might have underestimated Ender. The computer says this is okay. This will still be good for Ender. And Graf's not too sure. He's feeling a little bit compassionate, makes a few bad jokes, but he says, okay, let's do this. And they're changing the battle situation like nothing before. It starts off with Ender thinking in his bed. And he's like, man, my army is ready. Like 3 weeks. 3 weeks and we're better than any army out there. Oh, I wish they would send us a battle. We are like no army ever before. And as Ender's lying there, a piece of paper goes underneath his door. Ender grabs it, and it's battle orders. So 3 weeks they've been training, and already they have a battle. Usually it's like 3 months or more before you have a battle. So Ender's army goes into battle. They're going against a new commander, but an old army, Rabbit Army. And this army comes out with a formation, and Ender has broken up his army into 5 toon leaders with 5 assistant leaders. And then there's, I think, eight members in each army. It's an army of 40. And Ender has trained each of these leaders to be their own commander. And so rather than having a formation that's going out, Ender has different armies that are doing different goals. Go secure that star. Go flank the army. He's giving all these different tactics. And Ender's army goes whoosh, and they eat Rabbit Army alive. I think 3 of Ender's army guys got frozen, and they just destroy Rabbit Army. It's pretty incredible. The leader of Rabbit Army, he shows a really humble defeat. So after being defeated, he goes to Ender and kind of like shakes his hand and something, right? So even though he got defeated, he's not cranky about it. He's not angry, but he shows humility. Wow, congratulations, Ender. And Ender remembers this. He's like, oh, if I'm defeated, I'm gonna remember that grace when it comes to me, that humility. So after the battle, Ender says, okay, guys. I'm only going to give you 15 minutes to eat breakfast, and then we're back in here for training. And the army's like, what? Oh my goodness, we're so tired. But they leave, and well, they don't say they're so tired. They say, you should be so proud of us because we're being victorious. We should celebrate. That's what they're thinking in their minds. But they leave. Ender grabs 2 leaders and says, hey, you can tell them that they'll have 30 minutes and we'll finish practice early today. And Ender thinks, he rather look strong and hard in front of the army and let the commanders show the friendliness. And I think that was a pretty good tactic. So then they go, they have breakfast, they're laughing, they're cleaning, they come back to battle or to practice, and Ender starts coaching them, saying, hey, look, you guys did this poorly, you need to work on this. Okay, we need to practice doing this, and I looked at the stats already, and this is a problem. Let's practice these things. And then he sends them off. And when Ender's talking to the army, he's always really hard. But what the soldiers know is when he's talking one-on-one, Ender is always patient, understanding, and will answer any question. So as the army's practicing, Ender's going to each tune and helping those members understand some tactics or helping the individuals practice some basic abilities. So they're kind of going over some lessons that they learned from the battle. And all the other commanders are learning some lessons too. After all of this, it's time for lunch. And this is Ender's first time going to have lunch with the other commanders. He goes in late because he wants everyone to be able to see the scoreboard before he goes in. But he goes in and everyone's been talking and then they're quiet. But Ender goes in, he gets his food and he just sits at a table by himself and just starts eating. And it takes a few minutes before people stop looking at Ender and start talking again. Eventually, Dink comes up and says, "Hey, Ender, man, I thought you were gonna lose your first one. You must have been lucky." And he says, "Ender, you're not making yourself look that good. You're actually looking like a threat. Be careful." And Ender kind of wonders, like, "Oh, is Dink still my friend, or is Dink an enemy now too?" He's not really too sure. But Dink kind of gives him a warning, saying, "You're kind of becoming a threat now to the other commanders. Be careful." And when lunch is almost over, the commander of Rabbit Army comes to Ender again and congratulates Ender again. And he says, "Hey, look, please destroy the rest of the armies because they think I'm an idiot right now. They don't understand that you've done things that no other army has done before. So please destroy them for me." And Ender says, "Yes, I will destroy them as a thanks to you for coming up and talking to me." And so Ender feels really thankful for this guy. And in his mind, he thinks this general or this commander is an actual human. So he kind of makes a note. They go into another battle with Phoenix Army, and he destroys Phoenix Army. Phoenix Army is being led by the girl who taught Ender how to shoot. I can't remember her name right now. Nova or something. But he defeats her really badly, and she looks at him very angrily, like, "I thought we were friends, and you just destroyed me." But Ender's like, "Well, just wait and see. You did better against me than anyone else is going to do." And then 7 days in a row, they have 7 battles, and that is unheard of in battle. Actually, in that battle with Phoenix Army, Ender didn't even notice that he had a battle in the morning, so he went and took a shower, came back to his room, and then he saw the piece of paper saying, "You have a battle." And he grabs the paper, he goes into it's like, "Listen, boys, we got a battle." And he makes a joke, and he's really strong. And then they go and they defeat him. But every battle, they win, and they're victorious. And so everyone realizes, wow, Ender and his army are for real. The other commanders start watching Ender and trying to copy what he's been doing. And Ender can see that they can learn from him, but Ender doesn't know who to learn from. He doesn't have any mentor, anyone to help him. So he goes and watches old war videos from the Buggers' first invasion and from the Buggers' second invasion. And most of these videos are from like the government just trying to make people excited about the war. So they're all cut and they're all action, and Ender has to take pieces and make his own videos to actually see what's going on, but he tries to learn from the Buggers. And then the other commanders, when they see Ender's doing this, they go into the library, watch the same videos. They have no idea why, but they're just trying to learn something that'll help them defeat Ender. While Ender's doing this, Anderson comes in and says, "Hey, come in, you need to talk to General Graf or Major Graf or Captain Graf, whatever." And so they go in, and Graf is saying, "Hey, why are you watching these Bugger videos? What's going on? What are you learning? What are you thinking?" And Ender just says, "Hey, my army's doing good. We'll handle whatever you can give us. And I'm watching the videos because I don't have anyone else to learn from." And he says, "When are you going to help make me fight against a real army that can really test my troops?" They say, "Right now. And you're probably late." And it's against Rat Army. So they have to battle Rat Army. But by the time Ender gets his army ready and they get to the battle area, Rat Army has already entered the battle because they came in late. So they get there and they can see everything, but they don't see any army. And Ender realizes, oh, the army's actually, so here, let's say here's the gate and out here's the battle. The army's actually all around here. So when we come through the gate, they can just shoot us. And so what Ender does is he grabs some of the soldiers and he freezes them in like an L shape. And then a soldier kind of sits in and he can shoot out. Okay, it looks kind of crazy. And he gets his soldiers like this. So 2 soldiers throw in a shield soldier who's been frozen and a shooting soldier, and they throw that person into 0G, and they just destroy Rat Army. I mean, they got a lot of damage too, like 10 frozen soldiers, but they just killed all of Rat Armies. It was incredible. But Bonzo was defeated, and Bonzo was the leader of Rat Army. And at the end, Ender is so angry that he doesn't do like the traditional unfreezing and congratulations and things like that. And he realizes, oh, Bonzo doesn't even realize that I'm angry at Anderson. He's going to think I'm angry at him. And he's going to think I'm trying to humiliate him. Oh, Bonzo probably really wants to kill me right now. So after this, everyone goes back. Ender's feeling kind of tired. The whole army's tired. 2 battles in one day. They had a battle in the morning, then they had a really hard practice, and then they had another battle. So they're exhausted. Ender sends a message to Bean saying, Bean, come see me as soon as you can. And this is all in Bean's perspective. Bean goes to Ender, and Ender starts to show some vulnerability here. He starts to show that he's human. And even though when Bean comes in, him and Ender start to fight, but Ender shifts it and he says, Bean, I need you. I need you because I can't always think of everything. And there's going to be a time when I don't know what to do. And that is when I need you. So I'm going to have you be a toon leader of a special squad of just crazy guys. I'm going to give you 5 people. Okay. You can choose who they are. Mostly you'll be practicing with your other teams. But in extra practice, you're going to take those 5 soldiers and you guys are just going to do crazy stuff. Whatever you can imagine, do different things, wild things. Because there's going to be a time where I need you to do something that's never been done before and that I haven't even thought about. And so Bean is like, okay. The lights go out, and so there's no lights, and Ender's like, do you think you can find your way back to the room? And Bean's like, no, man, it's dark out. I can't find my way back to the room. So Ender says, all right, just sleep here. And they go to bed. Bean's sleeping, and he's like, man, Ender be very proud of me. I've thought of 15 different ideas before falling asleep, and they're all really stupid. And that's how the chapter ends. Oh my goodness. Vocabulary. Monastery is a place where like monks live. Premature is early, before it's mature. So think of like a fruit. If you eat a premature fruit, it might be sour. Obscure means you can't see it, or it's hidden. Elaborate is complicated. Tedious means boring and repetitive. Leniency is giving grace, giving extra room. Saying like you can play for 15 minutes. Oh, okay. You can play for 20 minutes. This is leniency, allowing for something extra to happen. Duplicate means to copy. So to duplicate is to copy again and again. Ineptitude. Ineptitude is lack of skill, lack of talent, lack of knowledge, lack of ability. That leaves us with our discussion question. What crazy ideas would you think of if you were Bean? Okay, just imagine you're in 0G, you're in battle school. What crazy ideas would you try to win a battle? And of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.